Awesome. I think we are live right now. Let me just double check because sometimes it goes live on here before it's actually happening. Yes, we are. Yay.
Yay.
Welcome, everyone. Super excited to have you all here because today I get to go live and I get to hang out and chat with this beautiful woman who has started off as a client, but she's literally been a friend and someone that is part of our family, right? Because anytime that we welcome someone into the Purify family, that's when they are part of our family for life. So I am so excited and so thrilled to have you here, Alka. Are you
Oh,
excited?
yes, of course, Stephanie. Anytime, you are just absolutely amazing. And I really am so honored that I can just do this with you and just have a really nice chat. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I am so excited. And today, we want to dive into some pretty juicy and fun details, right? Because you
Ooh,
had some great success when it comes to following the Purify system. And obviously, it's so great. And I love doing this so that we can celebrate you and celebrate all of your wins. And I definitely believe that celebration is something that more of us need to start
mhm.
doing, right? When it comes to
Yes.
any kind of accomplishments that we have, being able to celebrate them
Mhm.
regardless of how it is you celebrate it. For some people, it's a glass of wine. For some people, it's going live on Facebook and be able to share all of your
Yeah.
amazing accomplishments,
Mhm.
right? Just any kind of celebration. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. So before we dive in, I would love for you to give everyone a little insight as to who you are, like who is Alka and what you do in terms of on a day-to-day basis before we dive into some juicy details. So yeah, just super quickly, I would love for you to be able to introduce yourself to everyone watching right now.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you. And hi, everyone. My name is Alka Sharma, and I actually my journey started as in the fashion industry. So I was a buyer in the fashion industry and I worked for the past 8 years and it was a glamorous life. I loved it. And, traveling to fashion events and meeting designers. It was so beautiful. I loved it. But then there came a part in my life where I was getting burnt out. And so I left my job because there wasn't enough that was I wasn't passionate about what I was doing anymore, and so I left. And so fast forward, what I'm doing now is I have a boutique style studio that really now empowers my clients to really live their best life.
I love it. That's so amazing. Oh my goodness, Alka. I actually had no idea that you were in the fashion industry before. That's
Yes.
super
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. So in the UK, I was working with a friend, and he actually roped me in, and I was, training under him before I got certified and went to the college. But fashion, so I like to use a tag. I have a passion for fashion and a sickness for fitness, and because I combined
That's
everything.
good. That's good. I
Yeah,
like
because I
that.
combined the fashion, and I still love it till today. I love fashion. I absolutely love it.
So good. That is so cool. And when it comes to everything that I've heard you have gone through, right, between being a really competitive ballroom dancer, which is
Yes.
also super badass, right? Like Alka
Yeah.
is such an awesome, she's like that CEO, just total boss babe. Like, it's kind of like me. I feel like we have a lot of similarities in a way where it's like you look all smiley and nice, but then like underneath it's like there's this inner badass that has like
Right,
all these this
exactly.
cool stuff, right? That you've
Right. And then
done.
the dancing came later on in life, because I was wanting to learn how to dance, but I didn't have the opportunity when I was growing up in the UK. So when I came to Canada, that's when I began, or I found dance, or dance found me, whichever way we found each other. And then for the past 8 years, dancing has been a huge part of my life because it gave me the confidence. And that is where my confidence actually really shone through dancing, through competition, and I loved it. But Stephanie, do you know my last competition was 2015?
Wow, wow,
Yes,
wow. Oh my
yes,
goodness.
yes.
That's so incredible. That's so amazing.
So I do
That's
want to go back to it one day.
well, I think honestly you're definitely still in such amazing shape that you could just I feel like you could hop back into it in no time.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
love it.
muscle memory. I probably won't forget it because it is muscle memory, like, so
Totally.
yeah.
That's so, so cool. I love that so much. And I mean, I feel like that's one of my favorite things about being able to work with just such high powered and amazing women like yourself, Alka, because it's like you have that attitude that when you get started, you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. You know, once you decide that you want to either make a change when it comes to your health, your body, whatever it is that you do, you have that attitude where I don't need to be there and like babysit you, right? You're like, I'm literally going to do whatever it takes. I said yes to this, so I'm going to go all in, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I absolutely love. And I feel like it's amazing because those are the kinds of women that I've attracted just because we're all mirrors of each other, which is
Mhm,
really, really cool, right?
mhm.
And there's
Yeah.
also, of course, some personality traits when it comes to having those like all in, whatever it takes, all or nothing, playful out kinds of traits that have made you be so successful in the past. But sometimes those can be the little things that like mindset wise when it comes to food and sticking to a plan can also be a little tricky to work around, right? So that's why I love that, because I've actually kind of tailored my program to fit someone just like you, because I love working with you so much. It just, to me, it's fun. Like I would do it for free, right? If I didn't have to sustain myself, I would do it for free. So yeah, I mean, I would love for you to even share with everyone, just so that, maybe there's someone that's watching that can relate to your story, right? And that this can
Mhm.
help in any way, shape, or form. But like, what was your life and, your relationship with your body and just how you felt in general, body health wise, before you got started with Purify, before you got started with working with me for health coaching?
Right. That's a great question. So before I found you, my life really wasn't, my life was not bad, but physically, I didn't really like the place that I was at. I
Mm.
was I was wanting to really, because I had goals that I really wanted. And even when I was at the gym, the trainer, she couldn't really understand what I wanted out of my training.
Mm.
So then she would get frustrated and I would get frustrated because, you don't know. And I told you what I wanted. But then fast forward, then when we began working together, what I absolutely loved was your program was so tailor made that there
Mm.
was no second guessing. I mean,
Mm.
I loved everything. I loved the approach. I loved the meal plans because your meal plans were so delicious. And
Yeah.
then I thought, oh my God, why didn't I find you before?
Oh.
And but it was so tailor made that once you just stick to it, you will see the results. And so once we began working together, and you were just absolutely gorgeous, you are just lovely,
Oh.
that you're so supportive in helping where I was at and where I wanted to go. You understood that. So
Yeah.
it's been such an amazing ride because I followed everything to the T. And like you said, Stephanie, once I commit to something,
Yeah.
once I say, okay, I'm all into, this program, I'm going to do it. And yes, I was sticking to your program. I loved it. But then when it came to my workouts, I was really badass. I just,
Love it.
you can't stop me because what I do, kickboxing. Now I told you, right?
Yeah.
Is I'm just so hardcore. I just go, you can't stop me.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And I still remember being on the phone with you and you sharing with me how excited you were with the kickboxing. So that's so
Yeah.
cool. And that makes me so happy, right? When you find something that you love so much
Mm,
that makes it fun. And that's how
yes.
we kind of incorporate those things into the program. Because like you said, it's 80% the nutrition. It's like that super nerd. I call it super nerds, right? In terms of really going deep and like calculating things, like you said, customized to you, so that when it comes to the workout portion, yeah, of course we give you the step-by-step workout portion too, but you can even find things that you love that we incorporate into it, so because
Right.
it's totally customized, right? So
Mm,
I
yeah.
love that, and I'm so happy that you felt really supported throughout the whole process. Like
Oh,
that's one of the biggest things, right?
100%.
Yes.
100%. That's what I really loved about it. That, your approach is just phenomenal. It's just really amazing. How
Oh.
you just lift and guide and yeah, that's what you do. So for me, it's been quite an amazing ride just being with you and your program, hands on beautiful.
Thank you. That's amazing. I'm super excited. And I'm really glad because I mean, you got some really great results on it too. Because I know that I
Yeah.
always guarantee minimum 1 pound a week of weight loss, right? And I know for some people it can be more than that. Some people it's
Mhm.
literally right on the dot. And I actually found it really cool because for yourself, you were one of the people where it was literally right on the dot. It was like you lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks, which was super
Oh my
cool. So
God.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
maybe if you wanted to touch on some of those things in terms of like how you felt once you started working with the program and what you felt your biggest results were from it.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I mean, there were so many things, Stephanie. There were so many things. But if I had to highlight just one,
Mm,
I mean, before, where I was, and then once I began working on your program, and then the goal that the weight loss that I had was just phenomenal because there was so much joy. And not that I didn't
mm,
have joy before, but there was so much joy in knowing that I'm sticking to your nutrition plan and then I'm sticking to my workouts and then seeing everything, seeing how my body changed. Because I'm
mm,
55
mm.
and
Don't
seeing
even look it at all.
things. I'm 55, but I have the energy of a 23-year-old, especially when I'm doing my workouts. I have boundless energy.
So good.
So that coupled to now how I'm physically looking and feeling is
Mm.
so instrumental. And now I'm so excited, Stephanie. When I wake up in the morning, I feel my abs. I love it.
Yay! And that's motivating, right? Because it's
Yes.
like you mentioned before, and I really love that you mentioned that because in terms of having worked with someone else before, they didn't really necessarily understand where you wanted
Mhm.
to go and how frustrating that can be. Because then sometimes it's like we start to think as women, especially, we start to blame ourselves, right? Get into that place of like, maybe it's me, like maybe I'm not actually able to get these results. Maybe I just have to like accept where I am and
Mhm.
accept the fact that it's not going to change. And like that's a really defeated place to be in. And that's one of the things that I find it honestly hurts my heart because I see so many women and I always joke around that I'm kind of like that lawyer that people call like when they've tried every other lawyer and they still haven't like dealt with their case and gotten them off the hook. It's like, oh, you need to call my friend Bob. I'm like Bob for nutrition, right? Bob for weight loss. And it's funny because it's like there's so many people. And I think every single woman that I've worked with, almost every single one of them, have at least tried one other approach, if not multiple, right? If not
Yeah.
always been on that yo-yo effect. And it's like,
Mhm.
it makes me so happy and brings me so much joy to see someone like yourself that felt frustrated with someone else before and not getting results and then switch onto this. And then I think your first week, I remember you losing like, I think it was at least four pounds or something
I
like
think
that your
so. Yeah,
first
something
week.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It was something
Mhm.
around there, which is like just instant results. And it's just like, it's almost like this relief that you can feel that's like, oh, like it wasn't me. I
Yeah, I
wasn't
know,
the
right?
problem. I just wasn't getting the right tools to reach my
Hmm.
goals, right?
And that is so important, getting the right tools. And like, now that when the gyms do open up again, I won't go back because,
Mm,
there are some trainers, there are some trainers that are amazing. And there are some trainers who get where you want to go
yeah.
and they help you, right? And there's some trainers that just like, average. But I won't go back to a trainer because I've done it on my own. And so now I feel if I can do it on my own, there's nothing like it. And then, with the approach of having then your meal plans put together,
Mm.
it's just, fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. And that's actually, oh my gosh, I love that. I feel like you're just dropping so much gold because that's actually such a key point, right? Is that you're empowered now to do it on your own. Like you don't feel like you have to be chained to either have a trainer at a gym who's like physically there holding your hand because now you know how to work out and also you know how to eat so that
Mhm.
you don't have to feel like oh my gosh, if I have to miss a workout today, which I know you hardly ever do, right? Because you're all in, right? But if you were to, let's say, get super caught up with your business, right? Because you're a CEO, and if you were to get caught up with some stuff, you're like, I don't feel guilty anymore, right? Because I have I have the right nutrition plan and I actually know how to eat now, even if I'm not following my meal plan. So I'm not going to gain any weight, right? Like you don't have to get into that cycle of feeling guilty from missing a workout because you know that your nutrition is dialed in. And
Yes.
I think that that's definitely one big thing that I really love about this and this approach and with the Purify system is really it's been designed for women like you, Alka, that are high powered, really high performance women, you know, who need to have something that's going to be sustainable, something that actually makes sense, something that's simple, that doesn't take forever to create your meals, right? Because you're already busy like running your own empire, right? So it needs to be something that you can stick to. So I absolutely love that even, you know, after working together, you feel like you can continue on with the same approach, and it's like lifelong tools that you've gotten, which
Yes.
is that's super huge.
And you hit the nail on the head, is that, you know, having the tools, and I wasn't given the tools before, but now I have the tools in my toolbox that I can just reach out at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key thing too, is having the tools, what's in front of you, and even as busy entrepreneurs, is what we need to do. And what I do is I plan my meals.
Mm-hmm.
I plan my meals ahead of time. So for breakfast, I know what I'm going to have. If I say I have calls, like say around 1, 2-ish, then I just plan. So I know what I'm going to have. Then for lunch, I'm planning. So if we plan ahead for our meals, then there's no second guessing. Then we're not going to, you know, indulge into the wrong kind of foods, but we're going to be staying ahead with our goals. We're going to stay ahead with our metabolism. That's not going to steep low, right? So planning with anything, your workouts, your meal plans, it is 100% crucial. So if
Mm.
anybody of you are watching, please do make sure that you plan ahead of time.
So good. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Such a great tip.
Mhm.
And it definitely is crucial, and it's like a make or break, right? And that's one of the key things that I absolutely love about, you know, the results that you've been able to sustain long term. Because it's one thing to get results. There's a lot of programs out there where you can get results, but not a lot of them are actually allowing you to sustain results. And I think I remember, so I think it's been probably about 2 months since we stopped working together, right? Since you got pretty
Yeah.
much to your
Yeah.
goal.
Mhm.
And then, so have you, like, how have you been for the past 2 months? Do you feel that you've been able to sustain everything? Have you continued to get even more results even after?
Yes. Well, since we left, I have just been on this momentum that has just been, you know, I just keep going up in terms of my workouts. Like, I mean,
So
every
good.
day. And you know, that's a key as well. Once you get started with a particular workout, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop. And so I work out like 4 times a week, because
Mm.
I'm just so on the high. That momentum is so I just love it, because before I wasn't into sports. I absolutely hated it. This is before dancing. And
Mm.
then dancing came, and that part of my life, I loved it, because, you know, I was getting so much momentum out of it. But then, so now I really enjoy the workouts that I do. And so always be passionate, have a passion, have a workout that you truly resonate with. And I think that's the key thing too, in terms of your goals. Nutrition, yes, is 80% of that. But when it comes to your workouts, it's also to know, what do you resonate with? What's your
Mm-hmm.
personality that you love? It could be, you know, if you love dance, could be Zumba, or it
Mm-hmm.
could be kickboxing. And for me, it was kickboxing. So I think that's important too, to know which kind of workout truly resonates with you,
I
that
love
you're going to get
that.
the most out of. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And with the tools that you got from the program, were you able to at least sustain? And would you say you've sustained, or would you say you've continued to lose weight since we've stopped working together?
Yeah, I believe I've continued to lose weight, because I,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
around my waist feels fantastic.
Oh,
I've lost
good.
inches around my waist. I've lost, you know, I
Yay.
feel my abs for the first time.
Yay.
It feels so good. It just feels so good to say that. But I do. Like, I wake up in the mornings and I feel my abs, and I love it. I really do
That's so
love it.
fun. You're like, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, yeah, check it out, right?
That's so
But I
good.
think, you know what? I think everything has come like full circle for me.
Oh, that's so
And
amazing. I'm
yeah,
so happy to hear that. And like, did you have any hesitations, before we got started? Because I know that we knew each other for a little while before, but
yes,
yeah, I'd love for you to just touch on that if there was any hesitations or objections for you before signing up.
absolutely not.
Mm,
Because
that's
I knew what I was looking for. And what I was looking for was to really, I mean, I wasn't in a bad place,
awesome.
but I was just looking for something that would help me to look a little bit different.
Mm,
So in terms of nutrition, I think that was the biggest thing that I was looking for that
mhm.
I wasn't getting. And so when we were starting working together, there was 100%, yeah, okay, I'm all in because I know the value, one, is going to get to me, and two, how I'm going to look and feel at the end of the day, that is going to be so life changing in where I was to where I want to go and where I'm at the present time. So,
Ah.
yeah, absolutely 100%. I just loved it.
That's amazing. That's so good. And I think that's so great because, I mean, in all transparency, yeah, it is a bigger investment to work with
Hmm.
me than with most health coaches, right? Just because of really results. Like having been doing this for 10 years now, right? And
Yeah.
having a 100% success rate with anyone that actually follows my plan, right?
Hmm.
It's the people that don't follow it, obviously, that don't get the results. But anyone that follows it, they get results, they lose weight.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, it is a bigger investment, but at the same time, it's that 100% guarantee. Like you get
Hmm.
guaranteed results and you see
Yes.
it quickly, like
Yes.
within the
Hmm.
first week.
Hmm.
Like we said, you lost like 4 pounds within the first week. So, like, what was the moment for you that, even though you didn't have any objections or anything like that going in, but what was that moment when, within the first couple of weeks or so, that you were like, you got super excited and you were like, yeah, like I 100% made the right choice to do this?
Yeah, it was that moment that within that first week that I began to lose that weight, that I
Mm,
thought, hey, this is phenomenal. This is
mm,
amazing. Like, why didn't I find this program before?
oh,
Right? Why didn't I find you before? And to lead me to where it is that I want to go. And
mm,
so I think for me, that was the defining moment, was
mm,
when at the first time in that first week that I was losing the weight.
mm.
And I remember on the call, as I said to you, oh my gosh, I feel toned. I feel toned in my arms. And, so I think for me, that was the moment that
Mm,
was so amazing.
that's exciting. I still remember that message. I
Yeah.
remember when you were messaging me and you were like, I'm so excited. And I love those messages. I love waking up to those messages from people like yourself, Alka, because that's the reason why I do it, right? Like I said,
Mhm.
I love doing this stuff so much. Like I fall asleep listening to, nutrition podcasts and stuff. Like I would do it for
Right.
free. So like I just love doing this so much. So I absolutely love that that was the moment where you were
Hmm.
like, yeah, this is definitely the right thing. And
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say to people who are watching this? Because I feel like everything that you've talked about has been so powerful and probably resonates with, I would say, 90 or 99%
Right.
of
Yeah.
women that are like
Mhm.
those high performance women that are like, yeah,
Mhm.
I used to struggle with that. Like, what would you say to any of those women who maybe are struggling with either feeling like they've tried so many different approaches before and it hasn't worked? They've either tried a trainer or they're maybe even working with a trainer right now, but they know the nutrition piece is not there, right? Or they've just tried so many other diets, it hasn't worked, or they've yo-yoed, and all of those things. Maybe they're feeling stressed out and they
Yeah.
know that they're stress eating or whatever it might be. Like, what would you say to those women in terms of, one, if you would recommend this program to them, and two, like any words of advice that you would give them, really? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, anytime we hear of a new diet fad, whether it's keto, whether it's paleo, we think, oh my gosh, I want to try it, I want to try. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there are some times, we get on a diet, but then we fall off a diet because we don't stick to it. And so if you're not going to stick to it, that comes down to the mindset. And I think, as you and I know, it comes down to your mindset. So I think following a plan, any kind of plan, is you have to be you got to be disciplined. And I think for busy entrepreneurs, business owners, we all have busy days. I 100% understand, but it comes down to commitment. In spite of being busy, are you how do you plan, how do you manage when it comes to nutrition? And like I said, planning my meals ahead of time in spite of the days that I have, right? You got to plan. So you got to know, okay, for lunch, you're going to have lunch, say maybe at 2, but then plan before that so that it keeps you fueled, it keeps you really inspired and looking forward to what you're going to have. So I think that's what that did for me, that I was looking forward to what I was going to have because I planned
Mm,
ahead of time. And so I think planning and then committing to a plan, to a program, is really going to set you up for success.
mm,
Because, having a plan set in place, but you're not going to follow it, and the goals that you have. So I think that's very, very, very important, is to commit to sticking to a plan.
mm,
So be
mhm.
disciplined and commitment and be committed to a plan. That is where you're going to see long lasting, sustainable results.
I love that so, so much. And would you say that when it comes to, the Purify system and working with myself and my team, would you say that that is something that you'd recommend to people who are looking for something that is going to hold them accountable, make them have that commitment, and actually give them that blueprint, that plan that they can follow, and have that confidence of being like, yes, I know that as long as I just do what she tells me, I'm going to get results. I don't need to stress out about it anymore,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yes, amazing.
100%. If you know that, there's a team that's going to help you to really um, be accountable to you, okay, and you be
Mm,
accountable as well to your goals, right? 100%. I think it's going to work. And I think sometimes it may not work. Is people might think, okay, well, there's no support. What am I going to do now? I signed up for this program, but there's lack of support.
mm,
And so I think that is a moment when some people may just want to, just fall off, right? Just clients.
mhm,
Sometimes we just tend to do that. We just kind
mhm,
of fall off track. But I think once there is a support system, people are just wonderful. They're going to hold you, they're going to guide you to your process on the program. Then I think, people are going to feel more comfortable. They're going to feel that, okay, I get this. I know where I want to go. And, bang on, I have someone that's going to work with me. And
mm.
they're going to be more happier. Yeah. So I think support
Amazing.
is amazing. I think having the support of any kind of support from anyone, it is so crucial. So
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
100%.
100%, yeah.
I love it. I love it, love it. And would you recommend Purify, the Purify system to anyone who's watching
Yeah,
this today?
purify. I
Amazing.
absolutely would, because it's going to
Yeah.
purify you, right? It's going to be you're going to be
Yeah.
purified.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I think it is such an amazing system
Mm,
that. So I think having that commitment to your goal, having a commitment to sticking to a program,
mm.
is you're going to
Love it.
see amazing results. If we do that, then yeah, you're going to see great results.
I love it. I love it. That's so amazing. Thank
Hmm.
you so much, Alka. And it's been so, so much fun being able to hang out with you. And I'm so
Yeah.
happy again to hear the amazing results that you've gotten. Like I said, 12
Oh
pounds in
yeah.
12 weeks, which is super cool, right? Right on the dot. And like you said, the energy, feeling like the ever ready bunny,
Oh my
right?
God, I do
Is
amazing.
so,
Like in the
so
mornings, I feel so good. It's so good.
yeah, and feeling your abs again. Like these are all such big wins. And I'm so happy that it's even been 2 months, right?
Yeah.
2 to 3 months actually since we've stopped working together and got you to your goals, and that you're still seeing results. And like that's what makes me so
Yeah, like
happy.
I mean, the pants feel so much better. They feel loose. They feel, it just feels amazing. I think everything feels so
Yeah.
amazing.
That's so awesome. I want to
Yeah.
celebrate you and anyone who's on here. I feel like you should give the little clapping hands emoji for Alka because that's so fun. And like I said, celebration is so important. And I mean, there might
Hmm.
be a lot of you here that, have resonated with Alka's story because it's super powerful. And like I said, she's such an amazing woman. And I feel that her story is so relatable. So if any of you guys are wondering, like, how did Alka do that? What is the system, that she's followed to be able to reach these levels and to be able to actually sustain the weight loss and the energy goals that she has gotten, then just comment info below and I'd be happy to send you some details on how she did it and a little bit more info about the program, because this is stuff that truly does alter and shift your life, and it alters your vibration too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is so much more. I know we talk about weight loss a lot because that's something that we want, right? People want to know that if you stick to a system, you're going to get those goals, but it goes so much further than that, right? It goes into being able to help you with your business, because now you're showing up with more energy and more confidence. You're waking up in the morning, you can see your abs, you like
Yeah.
go to pull your pants on and you're just like, yeah, like check it out. I almost can go shopping for like new clothes now and enjoy it, right?
Mm.
So then it's like, just imagine how you show up in your business too. You're even more excited. You show up like your actual real self. You can
Hmm.
start making more money. You can even attract more beautiful relationships in your life. Like, it's so much more, right, than just
Yeah.
the weight loss.
Hmm.
The weight loss is just a byproduct of a system that works and that's going to continue to work, that you don't have to starve on, right? That
Yeah.
you eat lots of food, that it's tasty food. So yeah, like, comment info below if you'd love to know more details, because we would love to be able to help you out and also just to give you some more info, right? And just go from there.
You know what, Steph? It's part of your
Yeah.
lifestyle. I would
Yes.
say it's part of your lifestyle. So it's not just the weight loss, it's how you look and feel, it's your overall health that you really want to feel, that you want to feel your best each and every day. So you feel
Exactly.
empowered. And empowered is just that, how you look and feel. You have the confidence to tackle your business in every level. So it's
Mm,
having that whole lifestyle, adapting to that whole lifestyle. It
mm.
is 100% amazing.
I love that so much. Oh my goodness. So good, Alka. So good. Feel
Yeah.
like we could hang out and chat about this stuff all day. I
I know,
love it.
right?
I know. I love it. Well, everyone, it's been so great getting to chat with you. Like I said, comment info
Yeah.
if you're interested below. Happy to chat with you and give you some more details on how Alka got some awesome success, and honestly, how you can do it too. Because obviously, Alka is one of our beautiful success stories that we're celebrating today. So thank you so much, Alka. It's been so
Thank you,
great getting to
Stephanie.
see you.
Yeah,
And
you
yeah, we'll
too.
be back again soon. So thanks so much, everyone. Love you all. Chat with you soon. Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye, Steph.